This video is about my method of installing Linux Mint Debian 6 Fay Edition. I want to create partitions so the system is not on the same partition as the home folder. If I'm able to make a second video, this will explain why I want to do this. We start this manual partitioning in exactly the same way as if we are doing an automated installation. This video starts at the installation type window. I clicked on the manual partitioning button and then clicked on Next, bottom right corner. I am now on the partitioning window, and as we can see, the system is identifying the SSD disk. I now have to set up the partitions I want using gparted. The button for this is just above the next button, bottom right corner. Gparted starts and we can see the free space available that I am going to use. I start by creating the partitions I want. I have chosen these partition sizes because the disk space is not a problem for me, and I would rather have too much rather than too little. The first partition is for the bootloader and is formatted as FAT32. The second partition is the system partition, which will be the root partition, and formatted ext4. The third is going to be the home directory partition, also ext4, and the fourth will be the Linux swap partition. Gparted informs me of my choices and I click on Apply, and the SSD card is formatted. I can confirm that these actions have been completed and I can click on Close. Now, at this point, I have to set the flags for each partition. So I click on the partition and move down the menu to Manage Flags. Gparted has selected a flag that I change to boot. You will notice Gparted also selects a second flag. This I accept by clicking Close. I now select the second partition and set this flag, and I choose Legacy Boot, and I then close again. I now move on to the third partition and select Manage Flags, and this time I select Linux Home, then close. Then lastly, set the flag or confirm the flag for the swap partition. I can now close Gparted. I am now back into the partition window and I click on Refresh button, which is next to the Gparted button. I can now see the partitions that I have just created using Gparted. As you will see, I now have to double click on each partition and make some changes or confirm actions. If I don't do this, a window pops up and asks me to complete these actions. The first partition needs to be formatted VVAT. The others, as you can see, are straightforward, and I can now click on the next button, right corner, and you can see I am now moved on to the next stage of the installation. And from now on, it's the same as the automated installation. Thank you for watching, and I hope you found this of help or interest. I'm sorry for the poor quality, but I recorded my screen using my mobile telephone. I hope others will pick up on this and do a much better job.